It was Sunday morning. The Young Communist League had arranged a grand carnival. And concert in the park to celebrate the anniversary of the victory of the Red Army at Lake Hassan in the Far East. The girls had run off to the carnival grounds early in the morning. Olga quickly ironed her blouse and then took stock of the wardrobe. When she shook out Jenny's sundress, a slip of paper fell out of the pocket. Olga picked it up and read. No need to be afraid of anyone at home. Everything's fine and I won't tell. Timur. What wouldn't he tell? What didn't she need to be afraid of? What sort of a secret was that sly, close child hiding from her? No. This must be put an end to. When Dad left, he had said, she must act quickly and firmly. George tapped at the window. Olga, he exclaimed, you've got to help me. A delegation's come round, they want me to sing at the concert. Today's such an occasion I couldn't very well refuse. I want you to accompany me on your accordion. Yes, but why don't you get a pianist? Olga said in surprise. Olga, I don't want a pianist, I want to sing with you. It'll work out fine. May I jump in through the window? Put that iron away and take out your accordion. Here, I've got it out myself. All you have to do is press the keys and I'll sing. Look here, George, said Olga, ruffled. Must you climb in through the window when there is a perfectly good door? There was a noisy crowd in the park. Cars filled with holidaymakers rolled up in a continuous stream. Vans drove up laden with sandwiches, buns, soft drinks, sausages, sweets and cakes. An array of ice cream vendors spread out over the grounds. Phonographs screeched in every imaginable key over the lawns where picnickers were settling down to unpack their lunches. The bands blared. At the entrance to the open-air theatre, the old doorman was arguing with a telegraph line repairman. Who was trying to enter with all his tools, monkey wrenches, straps, iron spikes and all. Listen, man, you can't go in with those tools. Today's a holiday. You go home first. Give yourself a wash and brush up and put on some decent clothes. But it's a free performance, isn't it? I don't need a ticket. Makes no difference. They're singing in there. Only thing you've forgotten to bring with you's your telegraph pole. You move along too, citizen, he said to another man. Can't you hear there's a concert on, singing and music? And you've got a bottle sticking out of your pocket. But look here, old boy, the other stuttered. I've got to, I'm the tenor. Get along with your tenor, retorted the old doorman. He pointed to the repairman. This bass over here isn't making trouble. You'd better keep quiet too. Jenny, who had been told by the boys that Olga had gone backstage with her accordion, fidgeted impatiently in her seat. At last George and Olga came onto the stage. Jenny was terrified. She was afraid the audience would laugh at Olga. But nobody laughed. George and Olga looked so nice, young and gay, standing there on the stage, that Jenny felt like rushing up and hugging them both. Olga picked up her accordion. A deep line furrowed George's forehead. He hunched his shoulders and lowered his head. He was an old man now, and in a low, sonorous voice he began to sing. "3 nights I've kept my weary watch. I peer into the dismal dark and always seem to hear poor brave old fellow. What a beautiful voice," Jenny murmured to herself. "That's the way, Olga. What a pity Dad isn't here to see you play." After the concert, George and Olga strolled hand in hand through the park. "It's all very well," Olga was saying, "but I can't think where Jenny's got to." She was standing on her seat and yelling. "Bravo, bravo," said George. Then George faltered, then a boy came up to her and they disappeared. What boy? Olga asked anxiously. George, you're older than me. Tell me what I am to do with her. Look, I found this note this morning. George frowned thoughtfully as he read the note. Don't be afraid means don't do as you're told, Olga said. Oh, if I could only lay my hands on that boy, I'd give him a piece of my mind. Olga tucked the note away. They were silent for several moments. But the music was so gay and everybody about them so merry that they soon linked hands again and resumed their stroll. Suddenly, at a crossing, they bumped into another couple walking along hand in hand in an equally friendly fashion. It was Timur and Jenny. Both couples were so taken aback that they greeted each other politely without stopping. That's him, said Olga, clutching desperately at George's sleeve. That's the boy. Yes, said George, abashed. And the worst part of it is that it is Timur, my own daredevil of a nephew. And you knew? Olga bristled. And never said a word to me.